Hi, I'm Mark Wilkinson here. Hope all is well. It's been a while since before Christmas that I did any motivations or any discussions. So it's a bit late for Happy New Year, I think, isn't it? But anyway, it's great to be here. I want to talk about habits and circumstances today. I think it's very, very important that we understand habits and circumstances and the impact that these things have upon our day-to-day lives, because ultimately I had some bad habits. Yeah, I mean, there's actually a great house record called Bad Habit, one of my favourites actually. But I did have some bad habits. There's no doubt about that. Good habits give you good results. Bad habits obviously give you bad results, and it's very, very important. In fact, bad habits can destroy everything if you're not careful. So we need to be conscious of our good habits, of course, and we need to understand that our bad habits can destroy. I've had these bad habits. Obviously, I wrote about them in Life Remixed as well. Um, uh, don't feel bad about the fact if you do have some bad habits. That's not the issue here. The issue here is to understand that everybody's got them, right? And then we can actually start to do something about them. Everyone, your parents, teachers, coaches, mentors, anyone who you interact with will have something or some kind of bad habit that's going on, I'm sure. At the moment, I've been changing my diet and looking at that and being more conscious of what I'm doing. But there's still a few little bad habits that go in there. I'm on my mission to always do my best, of course. But the trick is to replace any of those bad habits with good habits, with better choice. Just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you create a life of good habits, right? But it's the repetition is mastery is what gets you there, right? So I used to hang around, obviously, in a lot of bars and nightclubs, etc. Not always the best places for uh, creating until one particular day when I decided that I was no longer going to drink alcohol. And it's dry January. We are doing a 100-day no alcohol challenge for the second year now. Andy Ward is leading that. I'm one of the coaches and mentors and supporting all the people in that group. And with that 100-day no alcohol challenge comes some real realizations when we stop numbing our emotions and we actually get, oh, okay, so this is who I really am without all the alcohol and everything in there. It was relatively simple. Look, someone diagnosed me, a doctor diagnosed me with incurable disease, and then also alcohol was the most inflammatory thing I could put in my body. So I decided I'm never going to drink again. That's it. And that was 18 years ago. A good habit out of a bad habit. For me, it was very black and white. Like, decision made. It's not as easy for everyone else at different times. Some people, yes, some people no. How a journey to make on that decision making basis. When we get that decision done and we decide that may be, we decide on the good habit and it sticks. Whereas the bad habit can easily be slipped back into if we haven't made the decision, right? So the decision is everything. But I decided I was never going to drink again. Best thing I ever did, as I say, almost 20 years ago now. I did replace that addiction with an addiction to running marathons, and that was a healthier addiction. Got a lot more oxygen into my body, was running a lot and enjoying that. However, my knees thanked me for that decision for running those marathons. But ultimately, anything that you do on a day-to-day basis, once you've made a decision, becomes your habit, right? And if you want to create a habit, you need to understand, obviously, how to do that. And a lot of just to make sure that we find those bad habits and we start to create good habits from. If you want to learn a language today, you wouldn't just suddenly say, right, I can speak French or I can speak Spanish. And that's it, right? I mean, unlikely you'll be able to do simple as that. But with 12 months of learning, 12 months of development, of getting your conscious mind into the language, which then goes into your subconscious, start to do it naturally. Think about learning to drive. Think about learning to play the piano. Think about anything. It's how you do it on a repetitive basis that allows the conscious mind to impregnate the subconscious mind, the thoughts into the emotions that make creating good habits is the key. It's absolutely the key. We've got to think about all the bad habits you've got. Don't feel bad about them, like I said, but think about some of the habits to think, well, where did they come from? Okay, where did some of these bad habits come from? Some parents, well-meaning parents, families, teachers, friends. They could have come from any of these places, but we've got to understand and ask ourselves: Are all these habits good? Are they actually habits that I am meant to be working with? They're actually going to bring me the three great things that I'm looking for, which is happiness, health, and wealth. And talking to my clients and working with my clients, start with happiness, health, and wealth, and then let's start to look at the habits that we're forming in those areas so that we actually get the results that we would really like. There's no giant secret to this in that forming of the good habit. Okay, I'm changing my diet. Like I said, I've joined a local gym here just down the road, and I'm actually just getting into, let's just keep going. Same with happiness, same with wealth, sales as well, sales of yourself and your business. We're all selling, all right? The mother is selling the idea of green vegetables that are good for her child. She's selling that idea to her children. She's selling something, right? Your services. If you go to work for someone else, you're selling your services in order that they pay you so that you do your work or do their work, the work that they want doing. But you're still involved in sales and selling your time and your services. So are you selling yourself to the very best that you could be? Are your habits good in that area? Are you saying that you are worth £30,000 a year, pounds a year? What are you saying yourself into the universe? What are the habits? And what habits do you? Okay, we're all involved in this as human beings. Yeah, we can resist, we can fight, we can do anything we want to do about that, but we're involved in the creating of habits. And the key to this is to get into those good habits. Success is a habit. Okay, success is a habit to get into. Being unsuccessful is also a habit, and I know well both of those. Okay, so ultimately, I know which one I prefer. And I prefer more successful habits than I do unsuccessful habits. So we want to get ourselves into that place where we're comfortable in our own good habits. Now, don't overwhelm yourself. We shouldn't be creating more than 2 habits or changing 2 habits at any one time until they become a habit. It might take 20 days, might take 30 days. But let's get to the rhythm. Let's get to the subconscious mind and going with it and creating a habit. My business associate Paul Grant and I have been talking very much recently about, are you interested or are you committed? Well, very much. If you're interested in creating a new habit, you might do it. And that's why New Year's resolutions might come into, I'm interested in maybe losing a bit of weight or making a bit more money. Okay, fine, you might be interested. But if you're not fully committed, you won't get the results that you really want to get. Commitment is everything. Yeah, to your happiness, your health, your wealth, your sales, your belief, your everything. Commit. You have to commit. Like I said, success is an absolute habit. Okay. Now, have you ever heard people say, I would like to do this, but I can't because da 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 da. I would like to do this, I can't because, okay, is a really interesting phrase, okay? At the end of the day, if you are saying that phrase, everything you say after the word because is a circumstance. You could also say, if you wanted to be really harsh, you could also say it's an excuse. But ultimately, it's a circumstance, okay? I would like to do this, but I can't because I haven't got enough money, or I haven't got enough time, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Understand, okay, but ultimately it's a circumstance, the circumstance that you have created. So therefore, change the circumstance. Napoleon said, circumstances, what are circumstances? I create. Okay, a playwright and Nobel Prize winner, George Bernard Shaw, he said, and I'll read it out to you, people are always blaming circumstances for where they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, then they make them. It's a great quote. It's a great quote. George Bernard Shaw, famous playwright, Nobel Prize winner. Let me read it to you again because I think it's so important. People are always blaming circumstances for where they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up, look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. And I've committed my life to that for some time, and it does work. So therefore, think about this all day today, and what are you going to do? You know, circumstances might pop up in your day to day, right? Something will come up and you go, oh, I can't do that. I'd like to do that. No. Okay. I want you to understand it only has the potential of stopping you. It only has the potential of stopping you. If you decide it's not going to stop you, then it won't stop you. It might not happen like that. It might take 30 days or a year or whatever it's going to take, but it won't get in your way if you decide it's not going to get in your way. If you make up your mind, okay, you're not going to let conditions or circumstances get in your way. You're not going to allow them to control you. Okay, be in control of you. Create great habits that will create great circumstances, and you will then achieve all the things you would like to achieve. I promise you. I know it works. I'm talking about over years for myself. It absolutely works. Okay. Put your own timescales on what it is you're going to achieve. It could be really small. It could be really large. It's up to you, but ultimately you can do it. Okay. When you go to bed tonight, you'll be so pleased that you decided that you're going to create your own circumstances. You're going to be completely in control of yourself, and you're going to have a really, really great day. I promise you this stuff works, okay? It's worked for me. It works for every single human being, every single time. You've got to commit. You've absolutely got to commit. So on the habits front, we are getting our eColours practitioners together on the 12th of February. So that's next Monday. Really looking forward. On February the 16th, Lewis Senior, the CEO of Equilibria, and myself are holding a training session, which is free. Complimentary, I should say, to all premium report holders. So if you have a premium report eColours, drop me a message. You can join us on the eColours session on February the 16th, either 9 a.m. or 3 p.m, 2 sessions that day. Complimentary to premium report holders. You can get your premium report for jumping onto Equilibria's website, completing the questionnaire and putting in Life Remix Premium as your code, and you'll get 20% off that as well. And it's a fantastic piece of work, let me tell you. So do join us on February the 16th online on Zoom, 9 a.m. or 3 p.m. We'd love to see you. And February the 19th, book club returns. So we're doing The Way of the Superior Man. There you go, David Dada's book. We're doing that book on February the 19th on a Monday night. We're starting that for 8 weeks. 8 p.m. every night. You're very welcome to join us. You can grab a ticket off Eventbrite now. I think it's about 25 quid plus a booking fee. We'd love you to join us. Not everyone's cup of tea, that title, but there's some absolute gems in there. There's some absolute nuggets. The Way of the Superior Man by David Dada is a genius book with some amazing stuff in it. If you're easily offended, you might not like some of the subjects that are covered in there. However, it's going to make for some lively debates, I know that. So all coaching clients, obviously, as complimentary, or in-date coaching clients, it's a complimentary session for you to join. Look, life is good. Keep smiling. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful week. 2 fantastic pieces of advice. Get yourself into good habits. And slowly but surely replace all your bad habits with good ones, and you'll do yourself a real big favour in this life. And be in control of you. Be in control of anyone else to control you, of course, is very, very important. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling. And I'll just go to the chat box there because a few people, oh, look at that. There's so many of you saying hello. Morning, Mark and all. Good morning, brother. Morning, boss. When's the new book out? There's lots coming. There's lots of things coming through. Lots of people saying hi. So thank you all very much for saying hello this morning. I will respond to you all on Facebook as well. But keep smiling, people. Lots of love.